I have a question with one of my worms. So I'm kind of concerned because for some reason it looks like it's super swollen up compared to my other worms. It just seems so extremely like fat. To me that seems like it's got a lot of would be like a turgor type pressure there. And so I don't know if that's like an edema for worms. It just seems like this is really bloated up with water. Not all the worms are like that, but I mean, it's trying to stretch out, but it seems like it's just so full of water. It's kind of struggling. I just feel. How do you guys feel about that worm? And I know, like, so is it a salt concentration where the water would rush into him for making that like an edema? I'm not seeing it in any of the other worms. And I just feel like that worm is maybe, I don't think it's just large. I think there's something the matter there with him blowing up with water like that. Anyway, there's a short video. See if anybody can help me with that one. Maybe you see blowed up worms like that. And so I'm wondering if there's a salt concentration problem somewhere, that he is either gotten into too much salt and ate too much salt, that, you know, I don't know about osmotic pressures and stuff, but you know, like if there's more salt inside the worm, the water's going to rush into him. And be like, I'm trying to think of the words, the solvent concentrations. Water moves from areas of low concentration to from high concentration to low concentration of water. So you would think he would be getting rid of some water there, but he seems to just really be retaining it. Now this one, it's a good fat worm, but it doesn't feel like it's bloaty, full of water. This worm who's in here, who was bloated up, I can still find him in there. Do you see the bloated worm? Anybody, can you tell me what's going on with him? He looks like he's maybe in a lot of pain, being that bloated like that. But I don't know. Okay. Well, I'll keep the video short and just tell me what you all think. I mean, I guess I should show you what the bedding is. It's basically just, well, leaves. It's got a lot of leaves. I've got a lot of leaves to take care of moisture because I had high moisture. It seems like the porosity is excellent. It seems like the other worms are doing okay, so I don't want to get too, you know, concerned or worried. But there are, yeah, I know about pressures and, like, say, edemas. Why is it, did it eat too much salt? Is there too much salt in the substrate? What's going on there? That's something new. Maybe that's a new disease I don't know about in worms, or whatever can happen to them. But the rest of them feel, that's a good plump worm, but it sure doesn't feel like it's bloated. So that's kind of the bedding, so you can look through there. Tell me what you think. Does it look too wet? Is it the fact that I added a bunch of one type of leaf from one type of tree? And I thought, considering the other things that was in the bedding, that these big beans, so maybe that's an alkaloid or something that it swallowed, the big worm. I told you, I do think they look yellow. Very, very yellow in color, but they had been getting a lot of pumpkin to eat as they were growing. So they really stand out to me as being really yellow instead of red. And everybody had said that the red was a beautiful color that they had, but Mine seriously feel like they're more yellow. But like I said, tons of pumpkin. So maybe it's like humans and they eat a lot of carrots or sweet potatoes. Their skin will start to accumulate that orange color. Okay, so I'm almost down to the bottom. I will record to the bottom so you guys can see what the whole bin looks like and what you think might be happening with that worm. If you've seen it before, if you have not, please let me know. I got a sick worm. I will put all these worms in that bin. I guess it looks slightly moist on the bottom, but I'm getting ready to reset this bin anyway. There's tons and tons of cocoons in here. These are some new juveniles. I got these worms 11/22, so the first, pretty much the first of, that's another big fat one, and I have felt like they've really been running pretty fat. I thought that was a good thing. I've really been feeding them a lot of, I guess you call it aphrodisiac foods lately, maybe too much. I don't know. And so when they came, they were that big. So now I've already got, you know, youngsters out of them. So they're they've been breeding. There's lots of cocoons, lots of great big, huge cocoons in this bin. So, I mean, I don't want to say that I'm too concerned, but that was just really abnormal to me to see it. That I could see when they pull together like this, see how short he is, and they do get kind of fat. But this one, see how skinny she stretches out, but that one even seemed to like try to stretch out, but he seemed like he was having a hard time stretching out. He was, now the cocoons look good, bright yellow. Some bright yellow cocoons, so something new every time, I suppose. Let's see how yellow these are. Very yellow worm. Like yellow, very, very yellow. Like there. I'm just collecting up some more breeders because I'm going to reset this bin. It is a little bit moist, I admit. These are fat worms. If you want to go fishing, you'll be able to catch a shark, I have a feeling. Okay, well, we'll get some younger. That's that clitellum already. It's amazing, I think. They're growing pretty fast. So yeah, 11/22. And there was probably some cocoons in the bin. And so those cocoons probably could have hatched. And it's been 2 months. So there's good 8, and we've already passed, yeah, they're just right at, some of them are right at 10 weeks. Okay, this is what I will recharge the next bedding with. And that way, that can add that microbiology into the next bin. All right, that's it. That's all I can say. That was very interesting. Let me get out the bin that I'm going to transfer them to. And then I will see, I'll put these worms in it on the top. And we'll see how easy it is to find that worm again. Because obviously it's going to be, you know, super... Do you see it at all? Do you see it in the pile of worms? I mean, because you would think if it was an abnormal worm, or if it wasn't an abnormal worm, it wouldn't stick out. But obviously it sticks out to me. So hopefully it sticks out to you. Even though we have all these worms, there's just this one big fat one. Blowed up like a fish. Oh, I guess if I was blowed up. Now, I don't know, does its clitellum look a little strange? Was it in the mating process? And when I opened this, something going on there. Please, somebody definitely comment. That's very interesting. Never seen it before and don't know that it could happen in worms. These are European night crawlers. Okay, well, obviously, you guys, I hope you were able to pick it out of the group. There was a whole herd of breeder age worms there. All looking very, very similar, but there was one just wasn't quite like all the others. Alright, well, thanks for watching. I am adding some of the old material into there, and hopefully that poor thing, it was trying to get down under, so hopefully, oh my, just look. I don't know if I could add something to him to suck that moisture out. Gosh, I shouldn't feel so bad for a worm, but these little things have been helping me learn so much, and they're going to help me farm organically. They're going to help me make nutrient-dense food. I gotta love it. I've been having a lot of fun with them. Oh, don't rest in peace, little worm, but sad news, everybody, unless you guys can give me some good news, like it's just loaded full of cocoons. I sure hope so. Oh, yay! That's interesting. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for any comments or tips, information you can give me on this worm.